But Chris Duncan is nothing to play with, folks, and let me let you know that right now. You need to respect Chris Duncan because this dude is good. There's just one immediate issue that I see here, and I think that Torres is going to be, I think the speed advantage is going to be too much for Duncan in this one. Torres is long, he's lanky, very similar to the Daniel Zellhuber matchup that we were talking about. His best approach is to try to stick to the outside. Funny enough, in his last fight, he wasn't doing well at range. Once he stepped into the pocket, that's when he got the knockout against Nicolas Mota. Can Manuel Torres afford to sit in the pocket with Chris Duncan given the bombs that he's throwing back? Very similar to Nicolas Mota.
Ooh, can he afford it? I mean, if history proves anything, yes, Derek Manuel Torres can, but I don't think it's smart. What I do like about Torres, man, he has a very dangerous left hand and some left hooks, and I think that surprises a lot of people because he's able to switch stance, but he fights orthodox the vast majority of the time, and that left hook just fires out of nowhere and it cracks. But like you said, man, Duncan, has a lot of power, has arguably more power, but very, very dangerous counter strikes. And that's what makes this fight so exciting because when they do clash, whenever they meet up and fisticuffs get thrown, be looking for those counters, be looking for the hooks out of the Torres side because it's going to be presenting itself.
One thing that I wanted to take a look at really quickly, man, is just because sometimes we don't do our research enough. Not me and you, but like just people in general. When you look at a matchup, you don't do your research quite enough and you forget a couple of things. So let's not forget. Pulling up on the big screen, this is the Chris Duncan page right here. So, of course, you're going to take a look at the last couple. Fantastic victory in his last fight against undefeated, Ashmaus. I actually bet on Ashmaus on this one, and I ate my words right here. But you got some lightweight bouts. Let's not forget that when you take a look before the Contender Series, we had a catch weight at 160. Before that, another catch weight at 160. Let me see, where is it at? Lightweight. The point is, there was a welterweight fight that I just saw on here where he had, oh, there we go. Yeah, right here. Welterweight. This dude has fought at 170 pounds. He's fought at these 160 catch weights right here. The entire reason that I'm bringing this up is because if you can compete in those weight classes, the length and the size might not be as big of an issue as you think. Chris Duncan is a thick, stacked fighter right there. Only problem, once again, is can he land, given that a lot of the stuff that he throws, I just think that he's not going to be quick enough to be able to catch Torres, and Torres is going to be able to come back with some blinding speed right here. So minus 120 for the open, which I respect that they gave Chris Duncan the respect. Currently, minus 185. He's swollen considerably, plus 155 comeback for Chris Duncan. All the hype, all the momentum is Torres. Do you see live dog status for Chris Duncan, or are we sticking with the Torres play?
No, I do see live dog status right here, Derek, especially because in order to make big waves in this one, both of these fighters are going to be hungry. They're both going to be looking to get the hands going. And if Manuel Torres takes any learning lessons from his last fight, he needs to put himself in the danger zone to be able to cause some more danger for himself. But that's where Duncan, has the serious advantage right here, man. His power is insane.
Only losses that Manuel Torres has suffered in his last 10 fights, both have been by leg submissions, right? So I think it was a heel hook and an E-bar. Chris Duncan is not really bringing that submission repertoire to the table. So the big thing you got to stay away from, or you got to try to hope he stays away from, is if Manuel Torres gets in the pocket, he likes to keep his chin up. Chris Duncan will take advantage of that. If not, we might see a highlight reel KO on the side of Manuel Torres. I mean, look, this dude's coming off of like 8 straight finishes, maybe 9 straight. Yeah, 9 straight finishes. The fight has been finished, right? But the point is, a lot of finishes for Manuel Torres. I think this is going to be a fun fight. This could be fight of the night right here, but we like Manuel Torres. The final play is, do we stick with the money line for Torres? Do you like the plus 115 TKO? Is that enough value right there to take a large wager on plus 115?
I don't think it's enough, Derek. I mean, if it's something like 205, 250 in there, then I'm really excited for it because of how dangerous Duncan is. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the minus 120 line for the Torres pick.
Mm-hmm. And then Chris Duncan's only loss in his last 10 fights, right? It has been against Vyacheslav Borshev, right? Shout out. But that's it, man. Durable fighter, good fighter. And when, he gets in these fights, a lot of them are super close. So Manuel Torres plus 800 decision might be something that you guys want to look at. But I'm just going to stick with that minus money for the money line, and we're going to keep it pushing right there. With that being said, that is your Bloody Water Podcast breakdown.